Can I ask you a quick question? What if the biggest problem on your team isn't the lack of talent? What if it isn't the lack of resources or experience or even motivation? What if the one thing that is slowly destroying your team, right, is the conversation that no one is willing to have? Think about it. How many businesses have lost great employees because leaders avoided one honest conversation? How many ministries have split because assumptions replace communication? How many families, friendships, organizations have fallen apart not because people didn't care, but because people stopped talking honestly? So here's what I've learned: is silence doesn't create peace. It simply postpones problems. Healthy teams aren't built because conflict never happens. They're built because people know how to work through conflict, right? They know how to work through that conflict. And today I want to give you a simple framework that can transform difficult conversations into opportunities for growth. Because one conversation handled the right way can simply save your team. So let's get into it. Most teams don't fail because of incompetence. They fail because of miscommunication. People stop asking questions. People stop giving feedback. People start making assumptions. So, and that trust begins to erode. Small frustrations become quiet resentment. Quiet resentment becomes emotional distance. And emotional distance eventually becomes division. And the scary part is, most teams don't collapse overnight. They slowly disconnect. One avoided conversation at a time. Why? Because honest conversations are uncomfortable, and most people will rather protect temporary comfort than pursue long-term health. But here's the truth. Every healthy team has difficult conversations. Every healthy team. The difference is healthy teams don't avoid them. They learn how to have them. All right. Have you ever worked on a team where everyone smiled in the meeting, but complained in the parking lot, right? Where people nodded their heads, but disagreed behind closed doors? Where tension filled the room, but nobody acknowledged it? That's exhausting, right? That's exhausting because everyone knows something is wrong, but no one wants to be the first to say it. Eventually, people stop sharing ideas. Creativity disappears, morale drops, trust fades. Not because people stop caring, but because people, like I said, stop having honest communication. They stop talking. Can I challenge you, right? Can I challenge you? The conversation you're avoiding today may be the very thing preventing your team from becoming what it was created to be, right? Healthy leadership isn't avoiding uncomfortable moments. It's creating safe spaces where uncomfortable truths can be discussed with respect. So what's the answer? Create a culture where honesty is welcome, not punished. Where feedback is viewed as growth, not as an attack. Where people leave conversations with more clarity than confusion. All right, remember this. The goal of a difficult conversation isn't to prove who's right. It's to discover what's right. So when people feel safe, they become honest. When people become honest, problems surface. And when problems surface, solutions become possible. And that's how healthy teams grow, right? So let me give you a simple framework you can use the next time you have a difficult conversation. So here's what I don't want. All right? I don't want you walking away into your next difficult conversation with good intentions but no strategy. All right? Good intentions, no strategy, because without good intentions, without a healthy process, can still create unhealthy outcomes. All right? So I want to give you a framework that's simple, it's practical, and effective. I call it the clear conversation framework. All right? If you remember these 5 steps, you'll create more clarity, less conflict, and stronger relationships, all right, in your team. So let's walk through it. Step number 1, the C, all right? Create a safe environment before people hear your words, all right? Create a safe environment before people hear your words. They evaluate your heart All right. If people feel attacked, they'll defend themselves. If people feel respected, they're more likely to listen. So start with your intentions. I'm having this conversation because I value you. I want us to succeed together. I'm not here to blame you. I'm here because I care about our relationship. People open their minds, right? When they know your goal isn't to win, but to help, safety creates honesty. All right, so they began to be honest. They began to open up with you. Step number 2, the L. Listen before you lead, right? Listen before you lead. One of the biggest mistakes leaders make is talking too soon, right? It's talking too soon. Ask questions first. Help me understand. What are you seeing? What am I missing? How are you experiencing this situation? And don't interrupt. Don't interrupt. Don't defend. Don't prepare your rebuttal. Just listen, right? Just listen, because understanding someone's perspective doesn't mean you agree with it, right? You don't always agree with it. It simply means you respect them enough to hear it, right? Great leaders don't just communicate well, they listen well. Step number 3, the E, explain the issue clearly. Explain the issue clearly. Now it's your turn. Speak honestly, but speak specifically, right? Avoid statements like, you always, you never. Instead, say, I've noticed, I experienced, I'm concerned because. Talk about behaviors, not character, right? Address the issue, not the individual. I'm going to say that one more time. Address the issue, not the individual. The goal isn't to make someone feel small. The goal is to make the problem visible. Clarity creates solutions. Clarity creates solutions. Step number 4, agree on next steps. All right? The conversation without action is just information. Ask, what do I need to do for us to move forward? All right? Or to move forward. What would success look like? What can each of us do differently? Create shared ownership, because healthy teams solve problems together, not separately. If everyone leaves with different expectations, the conflict will return. All right? Agreement creates accountability. All right, step number 5, revisit the conversation. Revisit the conversation. Here's where many leaders fail. They have one conversation and assume everything is fixed. Growth requires follow-up. It requires follow-up. Check in. All right, celebrate progress. Offer encouragement. Ask, how are we doing? What still needs work? Healthy teams don't just resolve the conflict, they build consistency, because trust isn't rebuilt in one conversation. It's rebuilt through repeated actions. All right, so imagine what would happen if your team stopped avoiding hard conversations. Imagine if feedback became normal, right? Imagine if trust became stronger instead of weaker every time conflict showed up. Right? That's possible, right? Because conflict isn't the enemy. Poor communication. I'm going to say that one more time. Poor communication is. The strongest teams aren't the teams that never disagree. They're the teams that knows how to they know how to disagree without destroying each other. They know how to disagree without destroying each other. So if today's, if our talk today challenge you, then let me ask you something. How many conversations are you avoiding because you don't know how to have them? I'm gonna ask that question one more time. How many conversations are you avoiding because you don't know how to have them? How much stronger could your leadership become if you first understood your own communication patterns? Right? That's exactly why me and my team, why we created the True You Intelligence Black Book, right? Because before you can lead healthy conversations, you have to understand the person leading. Inside, you'll find reflection exercises, communication assessments, powerful journaling prompts, and practical tools designed to help you simply identify your leadership style, recognize your blind spots, manage difficult conversations, and build stronger relationships. This isn't just about becoming a better communicator. It's about becoming the kind of leader people trust enough to have honest conversations with. And if you're serious about leading with clarity instead of confusion, then make sure that you click the link in the description and get your copy of the True You Intelligence Black Book. Get it today, all right? Get it today. Don't avoid the conversation. Prepare for it. You need to have a response. You need to have a strategy. Before you leave, I want you to answer this question, all right? In the comments, what's one conversation you've been avoiding that you know you need to have? All right? You don't have to share every detail, but acknowledge it. That's important. Acknowledge it. Take ownership of it, because awareness is the first step toward action. If this message, if what we're talking about today added value, share it with a leader. All right? Share it with a leader, a manager, a business owner, a coach, or anyone responsible for building healthy teams. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right? If you're committed to becoming a leader who communicates with clarity, builds trust, and creates cultures where people can grow, right? Remember this: one honest conversation handled with humility, handled the right way, can accomplish what months of silence never will. Lead with courage, right? Communicate with clarity, build with trust, and become the leader your team deserves. I'll see you in the next video.